I'm well. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. 44-17 setback at Maryland, a game you guys got down quite a bit there at the half, but it showed something and showed some fight in the second half. What were your impressions of the way your team played?
Yeah, first half. I mean, going in and we talked about this. Maryland, very good football team. Coach Loxley's done an amazing job. That freshman class that he brought in, and I mean, they're sprinkled all throughout his roster. But quarterback, defensive line, secondary, just some really good football players, and they played very, very well. And we hurt ourselves. We did some things that we have not traditionally done. We didn't catch a kickoff, the opening kickoff. We threw a pick six. Our quarterback hadn't thrown an interception all season long. And so to just do some things that we hadn't done, very frustrating. But encouraged by our second half, as you mentioned. We were down, and I think finally our guys just kind of went out and played the way I thought we were capable of playing. Could we have done that for 4 quarters? That would have been really exciting. But credit Maryland, very, very good football team, very, very well coached. And they did not make mistakes, and we made way too many.
What are you able to learn about your team? I think we talked about this going into the game, but on the out when you see your team against Big Ten level players, as you mentioned, what can you learn about your guys?
Yeah, again, I wanted to get better this week. I really did. I wanted to improve. I wanted to take a next step. I wanted our guys to be focused on, what we were doing, how we were doing it. I didn't think we got better in the first half. I thought we got better in the second half. And so, my challenge to our guys was, at halftime, it's like, guys, we only get so many opportunities to play the game. You know what I mean? You don't play football for off-season workouts. You don't play football for, Monday and Tuesday practices. That's not why you play football. You play football for Saturday. So we got 30 minutes left. Let's go out and play football.
Offensively, you were able to get some things going, especially in the passing game. As you said, Andrew had the one interception, but he also throws a touchdown. And then you get Nate Kent some action and was able to hit the big play to Jason Doss. What did you see from your quarterback play and from your receivers?
Yeah, I thought our receivers played very well. They gave us opportunities. They got open. We got some other faces in there that were running around. I think creating some space for us. Anytime you're going against a Big Ten secondary and you can catch some of the balls that we did, that's very exciting. That's very encouraging. You know, Cleveland Charlton, made a really nice catch that kind of sparked our offense in the third quarter. So was excited to see him do that. And then, watching Andrew, he goes on a three play, I think it was a 75-yard drive, but just three state completions of just really great timing, really good looks. And that's exciting, gives us something to build for.
How much have you seen him? I mean, we talked about it after the Norfolk State game, and you talked about his confidence and it gave you the ability to trust him in that environment. How have you seen him grow now, 3 weeks in?
Yeah, and I think we talked about this last time. He doesn't make the same mistake twice, which is very, very encouraging. One of the frustrations of our early quarterbacks, young quarterbacks or quarterbacks playing for the first time, they keep trying something that hasn't been successful, or they keep making the same mistakes. He really doesn't make the same mistake twice. So, when we protect him and give him time to see it, he's very productive. And so, as he's got an opportunity to look and read, he's thrown very, very accurate footballs.
Defensively, Caden White, 7 tackles and a sack in that game, and then J.R. Steele with a interception there early in the second half, his first of his career. What did you like on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I thought JR played great the entire game, and we had a D lineman get hurt, so we were down a guy. JR ended up playing some extra snaps that we weren't planning on, but he just played hard. And obviously that interception, we had a couple guys get a little excited before he got in. I think if they would have blocked, he probably scores, which would have been great because the pick six followed that. So we got no points out of that. You mentioned Caden White, both our outside nickels, outside linebackers to the field. Caden and CJ, I thought had really good games. Were able to bring some pressure from the outside, get some tackles for losses. And I think, what we've seen out of our defense is, A, be in the right spot, do what we're asking you to do, and good things are going to take place.
Look ahead to Saturday, where it certainly doesn't get any easier with a perennial power in the FCS world in Youngstown State. 2-1 with that only loss coming to Michigan State. What are some of the challenges they present for you?
Yeah, and really, like you say, I mean, it doesn't get any easier. They played Michigan State very well, and really, Michigan State had to play. I mean, their starters the entire game. So credit to Youngstown. Number one on offense, they run the ball really well. Their quarterback runs power read, and he will pull it if he doesn't like, or he'll pull it down and run if he doesn't like what he sees in the passing game. So you got to defend the pass, you got to defend the run really well. I think their running backs, run well, very physical type guys. Defensively, they're stingy. They put a lot of people close to the box after the snap of the ball. So it looks like you got a good box, and then they crowd it and go. So I think they're as good as any opponent that we faced. Obviously, we had North Dakota State last year early. I think I put them right for how they're playing this year. Put them right in that category as to how they're playing and what they're doing.
After 3 weeks on the road, how happy are you to finally run out of your own locker room?
Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll really be nice. And so to not be in somebody else's locker room, trying to figure out how many chairs we got, trying to figure out, where we are, that'll be really good. And so our guys need to take advantage of that. We're expecting, great weather, great crowd, excited to be at home and excited to play in Johnny Unitas Stadium.
All right, Pete. Thanks as always for your time this afternoon. Good luck